Hello there and welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack Show. I am Dr. Jack Vilas, chiropractor in Omaha. Not here trying to give medical advice, just giving you great information you can easily pull off the internet yourself.
Hello everybody, I'm Aaliyah, Dr. Jack's assistant. So today we are talking about depression. Depression is something that's very, near and dear to both our hearts, and we work with a lot of people that are struggling with depression. So it's hard during this time of year, after all the holiday hoopla and not getting sun and activities move inside, it's hard.
And, let's face it, depression is a diagnosis. And as soon as you get that diagnosis, people automatically decide that you need to be on a certain medication. And it is insane what's going on.
Yeah, that's why we've seen a 22% rise in prescription medications, in antidepressant medications, since 2001, right?
That is correct,
yeah.
Yes. And actually, even worse, 25% of the women in this country are on antidepressants. So if you know 4 women, at least one of them is probably on some kind of antidepressant. It's just crazy.
That's sad. That's scary to me, personally. I don't know if that scares anybody else, but that scares me. We don't know what the long-term effects of these are. So that also means that women are twice as likely as men to be diagnosed with the depression.
But that's not going to be there very long, and I will tell you why. As you know, men are huge in the ADHD diagnosis. Actually, not men, boys. Boys have a huge percentage of the ADHD. And studies are coming out now that if you are on ADHD medication long term, there's a huge percentage that you are going to transition into depression drugs. So we men are going to catch up and potentially even surpass the women if things don't start changing in people's lives.
That's crazy. These medications are dangerous and addicting, and again, we don't know much about the long-term effects of these things because they've not been studied past how much.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. Here's Prozac, #1 drug for this type of stuff, right? First of all, we don't know how it works at all. We think it has something to do with serotonin, but we don't know that for sure. And second of all, is nobody has performed a long-term effect study on Prozac that has lasted longer than 13 weeks. That, to me, is insane. So if you are a medical doctor, you should not be prescribing a prescription to Prozac more than 13 weeks because the effects of that drug longer than that have not been verified by anybody whatsoever. And it's not like they don't have the money to do it. I mean, my God, so many people are on that drug, it's crazy. So there's got to be a reason why they don't want to do these long-term studies, and I pretty much can guess why that is.
It's infuriating to me because we're looked at as alternative medicine, our modalities that we like to use, like chiropractic and acupuncture and things like that, when really these drugs should be the alternative. That should be your last resort. You should try. There's so many things to try for your depression.
And here's the thing. Right on the label on Prozac, it states that, excuse me here, I'm going to read it right here. Antidepressants increase the risk compared to a placebo of suicidal thinking and behavior in children, adolescents, and young adults in short-term studies of major depressive disorder and other disorders. Anyone considering the use of Prozac or any other antidepressant must balance this risk with the clinical need for the drug. Are you kidding me? I mean, right there on the label, it tells how much more likely you are to be dealing with suicidal tendencies and thoughts, and yet they are just given without even a second thought.
Well, and it could be something that you're not even dealing with in your depression already, and then you get medicated, and now you have suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
That's something that actually happens frequently with these medications.
Yeah, it's insane. So anyway, I just want to take a few seconds. There are some amazing things that can be done when you have a depressed mind. One of the things that contribute to that is the production of serotonin. Now, serotonin is a neurotransmitter, but it's actually produced in the gut. So if somebody comes in depression, why are people not checking out how good their GI system is? Because if that's not functioning right, that could be very well why they are suffering these modes. But nobody even goes there, and that's just one aspect. So that's kind of what we do. We look at how can we clean up that system? How can we make sure that the nervous system in whole is intact, because the whole nervous system has to work properly? And what do we need to do to increase other neurotransmitters that will keep things on the par, so we can change diet and things like that? We've had some amazingly wonderful results here in the clinic. And if you know of somebody that is dealing with this, their children, I mean, we've had kids as young as what, 7?
7 that are on Prozac or similar to.
Yeah. These people need to know that there are other alternatives out there that are doing amazingly great things, and you don't need any long-term studies to verify that we're not going to do any damage, because, yeah, we're not. So
your brain is like a muscle, and it can change. You can change those thoughts. You can change the way those things work, just like you can work out and gain more muscle or get better at a sport. It works the same, and you can create new connections with the neurons and things like that.
Absolutely. And actually there's a couple parts of the brain that can actually increase in size, and if they do, it is shown that people feel better. And we can show you what we need to do to increase those things in size. So anyway, please like and share this video with anybody that you think might be affected by this disorder in themselves or their family, because the more people that understand that the more likely they might get some help, other than running to the doctor and getting a drug that, quite frankly, they should be rechecked every 13 weeks, and nobody's doing it. Okay.
So comment below. We'd love to hear from you, and
Stay healthy, Omaha.